goalkeeper, the number 1. And then all in numerical order. Grant Lynch in 5, Matt Lewis in 6, Daniel Ruggiero in 8, Joey Gibbs in 9, Matty Gonzalez 11, Lachlan Campbell in 12. Then it's Dakota Askew in 17, Adam Berry 19, Leroy Jennings 22, Daniel Bragg 23, and for Hakoah, Oliver Green 8, then it's Akuno the number 9, Stephen Chester the 12 is on the bench, it's Robert Ezekiel the 13, then it's Kiki Tanoski 16 and Amy Gautier and number 24. So we're a moment away from kickoff. Stephen Lucas is the referee today. As I said, for Hakoah, this is a must-win game. In some people's eyes, it's a 6-pointer, while for Blacktown City, back-to-back wins is what they're looking for after that great win against Marconi last week, which a lot of people were surprised about, the 1-0 win. And what a strike it was too by Matty Gonzalez. And in fairness, they probably could have won 2 or 3-0 in that contest. So far this weekend, Sydney FC defeated Sydney Olympic 3-2. Sutherland and Rockdale 1-1 draw there, and Wollongong defeated Marconi 3-1. So that's what's happened so far this weekend in the competition. And we are about to kick off here with Kiki Tanoski in the middle. Hakoah to the left of your screen, Blacktown to the right. And we're waiting for the all clear for Stephen Lucas. And we're underway. Ball sent long via Sayan. Blacktown quickly have it just outside the 18-yard boxes. Now it's booted forward via Lachlan Campbell. Blacktown already trying to go forward, but Hakoah quickly win ball back. And Katsionis played in the middle, but quickly Bragg stops it. So Blacktown City going back to this left-hand side, Lynch utilising Lewis. Over halfway. At the end, Walker tries to clear this. Drops short. Nice work at the end there via a man that we're looking forward to watching today again, Adam Berry. He was terrific last week in the Blacktown City win. Terrific player. As the ball goes back to the left-hand side, where it finds here Grant Lynch, who works it over halfway. Matty Lewis also had a good performance, and he has it here on the left-hand wing. He'll look to work it back. He finds Berry again. He loses possession. Cox quickly utilises Tanoski. Tanoski nearly taking the challenge via Berry, and eventually the referee calls the foul. The right call made at the end. And it will be a free kick about 15-20 yards from halfway. Earlier before in under 20s, it was Blacktown City winning 5-0. And in the 18th, it was 1-0 to Blacktown. Now on the right-hand side, Katsionis trying to find support in the middle. Tanoski wasn't ready. As again now goes through Campbell. They've lost possession here, and Hakoah quickly trying to utilise it. Taking down the challenge there was Gautier. Blacktown City again went out. Ball into the middle to Gibbs. Gibbs works it back right side. Ball played down the line. Walker lets it go past the byline. It will be a goal kick. Last week, Blacktown City winning 1-0 against a Marconi side that were really struggling in stages during the game. The opportunities weren't going their way, while Hakoah lost 2-1 against Mount Druitt, who scored late in the piece. Jean scoring that goal for Mount Druitt as the ball was worked forward here. Tanoski can't get control. Again, it's worked down the line here. Walker heads it, and it goes out. Couldn't find there Dominic Cox. So it will be once again Matt Lewis, who throws it back in. Gibbs, no control. Ball work back via Oliver Green. Sayar now finds Hakoah. Hakoah working it to the left. Again, he has possession once more. Zeku on the run, but he uses Sayan. Sayan works at the Gautier, back to Sayan outside the box. Second chance, Gautier. Saved nicely at the end by Prendergast. There's now Blacktown City have the ball in the middle, working it to the left-hand corridor. Control at the ends here via Lewis, who works it on. And now it's Leroy Jennings. Still with possession here, taking down the challenge, looking for the foul. Eventually it came. Stephen Katsionis was not happy with the call, but it was always going to happen. Couldn't see anything else being called, to be honest, as quickly Lewis utilises here Berry. Now Lynch. Spinning around here is in Bragg. It's in the middle, but again Hakoah shut it down. It's played out via Blacktown City. And there will be a throw in for Hakoah. Katsionis throws it in. Cox in the middle. Again the ball work back via Oliver Green. Eventually Walker fires it over halfway. Good work there by Lynch to find here support. Ball played down by Arugio, who was taken down the challenge. And the foul has been called. So 0-all, 4.5 gone, first half. There's now possession here via Bragg, who works it to the right side. Again, he has possession once more. The ball's worked back at the end. Switching the play to the left-hand corridor. And this is Lewis. Down the line. Now Jennings trying to find the run. At the end, the ball goes past the byline. As we know, the key players for this Blacktown City side are Arugio and Joey Gibbs, and also Manny Gonzalez. Great performance by Manny last week. That fantastic goal. An exciting side, Blacktown City, when they can connect everything. Now, and here's Oliver Green. Quickly works it back. Walker switching the play to the left. At the end, Blacktown City had possession. Joey Gibbs. Hakoah trying to get it away. Eventually Cox finds the Oliver Green, back to Cox. Cox in the middle. Gautier, no control. Gibbs quickly firing the pass to the right. Finds here Daniel Bragg on the right. Bragg wanted to try to get the pass back. At the end, it touches out. It'll be a throw on that far side of the ground. As quickly, a throw is taken. James Coombs working it across the face to Brad Walker. Retreating back, here's Oliver Green. Sayan utilising here James Coombs. Nice work by Blacktown City with the control there via Askew. Good performance too last week against Marconi. Ball in the left corridor again for Lewis. Working inside. Spinning around Arugio. Now Berry. Work forward here via Bragg to the right side, but too deep for Askew. The ball goes out for a throw. So 7 minutes gone here, no score. Blacktown City and Hakoah Sydney City East. In what is a very interesting game in the competition in this midway stage of the NPL New South Wales Men's Division 1. We mentioned before for Hakoah, this is a 6-pointer. A much needed win for them. As I said, 2 losses today so far in 20s and 18s. Repeating the 18 score was 1-0 for Blacktown City, and then they won 5-0 against Hakoah in 20s. And now Hakoah has it on the left-hand wing. He works it to Sayan. Gautier. Sayan. Ezekiel down the line. Sayan Trying to find Gautier, but stopped by Berry, but still trying to get a shot was green, but couldn't get any connection. Ball sits back for Cox. And Katsionis can't do much with it, and stopped nicely at the ends. And we see Lynch going forward here. He's got Jennings. It ricochets off Walker. Bounces to the left again. Jennings just inside the box. Good work, Lynch. Jennings trying to fire it in the middle. At the end, stopped by Cox. And quickly played away via Katsionis. And now we see Hakoah trying to fire it forward, but Oliver Green wasn't ready, and treading back at the end was Berry. He utilises the keeper and Prendergast. Quickly Adam Berry. Sitting inside their own half here, Blacktown. Ball worked into the middle to Gibbs. Quickly Akuno, firing it and eventually Tanoski gets that ball from Cox. Good challenge won there via Bragg. Arugio using Jennings here on the left corridor. Jennings outside the box. Walker there trying to stop him. Jennings, nice work. Now Berry working it right side. Now Askew trying to beat his defender there. Tries to cross it in, does touch off Akuno. There'll be a corner here on the far touch. First corner of the game. And it's going to be a good opportunity for Blacktown City. I'd love early points or early goal in this game. Manny Gonzalez to take it. Takes it. Outswinger. Goes over the top of Gibbs. Stopped nice at the end via Akuno. Manny Gonzalez can't get to it, but it goes out for a throw for Blacktown City. Throw taken quickly. Gibbs trying to work it back. Blacktown City still have possession here as Askew is taking the challenge. Quickly works it back down the line. And now they've switched to play to the left-hand corridor. Lewis in the middle. Hit it up in the sky by Coombs. Katsionis and then over top Oliver Green with that header. Another header. It goes back into favour of Blacktown City. This is Berry again. In the middle, Jennings. Now Arugio wants to go back to Jennings, but decides to use here instead Bragg. Back to the left-hand side, the Berry. At the end, it's pushed away via Coombs. And now we see Cox working it to Akuno. Akuno down the left-hand side to Gautier. Hakoah have it via Ezekiel. Coombs to Ezekiel again. This is work. Tanoski can't get to it. Blacktown City trying to hold out possession, can't. Hakoah now have it via Sayan in the middle. Just not able to get the control. Gautier. And the score remains 0-0 after 11 minutes of play. Blacktown City and Hakoah doing battle. And as I said before, a very important game for both sides. For Blacktown City, this could be the one that starts getting their season going. No, they won 1-0 last week against Marconi, but as Berry works it back, and Lynch finds Lewis. If you can get back-to-back wins, it sets you up for a good late May, early June. And a shot to be in the 5. Berry again works it to the right. Askew trying to beat his defender, but Akuno wins out. Ezekiel now on the left wing. Utilises here Sayan. Now Tanoski. Dominic Cox. Tanoski wanted to have a shot from distance, taken down the challenge. That is lovely work there via Lachlan Campbell. As the ball ricochets off Hakoah, will be a throw for Blacktown City. Lachlan Campbell there with a great defensive read. There's another throw for Blacktown City. As the ball goes back to Lynch. Campbell utilises Askew on the right wing. Bragg with a nice pass to Gonzalez, back to Askew. Campbell again, directing traffic to the left. Lynch to Lewis. City trying to apply the screws here. And this time Jennings goes to the right. Chester control, Gonzalez back, Askew. And again it goes back to Berry. Chips it to the right. Headed out by Ezekiel. Throw on that far touchline. And NPL NSW is the Twitter handle. And of course, NPL New South Wales on Facebook is where you can watch all the action and see all the posts every week, all the information you need to know about the competition. Photos, videos and everything is now to the left-hand side to Lewis. He's in the box now, works in the middle but cleared away at the end. Nice work too by Ezekiel, as Tanoski can't get to control the ball. And now quickly Lewis, or Lynch I should say, utilises Bragg. Trying to find a Ruggiero but couldn't. Goes past the byline for another goal kick. Fans, of course, watching via the Facebook stream. Both Bill and Ethan, Blacktown supporters. Bill watching the action from Bathurst, New South Wales. Which is great to see the fans this year able to appreciate the coverage throughout the 2019 season. Every single game of NPL 1 is now the pass there by Tanoski. Gautier was taking the challenge and the referee calls the free kick. That was inside the box, and these just millimetres outside the box. And that will be the call. And this will be a good opportunity for Hakoah. Prendergast hasn't really been pushed.
Astro Electrical Services, Millar's Doors and Timber, A&N Design, Pike Piper Kindergarten and Actron Air.
As I said, about a yard and a half from the 18-yard box, and this is a good opportunity for Okuno. It's a five-man war. Works it to the left. At the end, it goes past the byline. You can see there that Oliver Green was trying to get a touch on, but he was never going to get his foot onto the ball. Score remains 0-0, 16 gone. You can also watch the action via YouTube. Football New South Wales on the YouTube page. Also, you'll see the highlights during the week as the ball is worked back. Prendergast utilises Lynch. And Lynch now works this over halfway. Katsionis allows the Oliver Green to get back to it. And now it's Walker right side. Couldn't find here Tanoski or Gautier, but the ball goes back to Sayan, who again tries to hoik it towards Gautier, but it drops short. And now we see City. Bragg utilising here Gibbs to the right side. And once more it's Askew. Blacktown really rolling forward on this occasion, but Hakoah shut it down via Sayan. And now City taken down the challenge Berry, but the referee eventually calls the foul. Took his time. Stephen Lucas calls it at the end, and it was a correct call too. About 10 yards in from halfway. Ball shifted to the left. Lewis, I should say, utilising Jennings. Back to Lewis. And now Berry. Playing it forward, but Norval's there. He's got the cap out, of course, here at Lily's Football Centre. As we know, the sun can be very damning, especially during the second half as it comes down. Cox now utilising Green, who works it to the left-hand side. Ezekiel again. Now Cox. Cox again with possession. Great work by City. Now they try to go forward via Gibbs. And Gibbs trying to chip it forward, but nobody's there except Walker. As again, the ball goes to the right to Brad Walker. Tanoski. Gautier now. It's interesting note too, Gautier's playing back a shade. The way Hakoah has been playing at the moment, they haven't been able to press. This Blacktown side have been very good defensively. And they've kept Hakoah well and truly in their own half. Holding possession. As now again, here's the Green who switches the play to the left. Ezekiel. Gautier. Ezekiel. Gautier can't control it once more. Blacktown City have it. Arugio's taking the challenge. The referee calls the foul. And again, not happy at the call there. Cox. Quickly fired to the left-hand side here. And this is Lewis again. Works in the middle. Cox shuts it down. Sayan tries to beat here to the defender. Berry was able to quickly get a sneaky ball away to Bragg, and Bragg tried to find Askew but couldn't. Now we see Hakoah trying to roll forward. Sayan. Ezekiel down the line. Can't find Gautier. Campbell stops it. Ball work back to Lynch. He finds Lewis here on the left. And Lewis quickly playing the ball into the middle. Berry again. Working it to the right side of Manny Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to work it back, but good work by Okuno to hold possession. Sayan back to Okuno. Working it over halfway. Tanoski's running for the ball. As Campbell tries to play that out and does ricochet off Tanoski. Will be a throw for Blacktown City. And the score remains here 0-0 after 20 minutes of play. In a game that, I think to be truthful, Hakoah will be disappointed that they haven't been able to use their opportunities, and Blacktown will be saying the same thing. Fans, of course, as I said, watching this via Football New South Wales on YouTube and at NPL New South Wales on the Facebook page. Jonathan watching in saying, waiting for Leroy to score a banger. And yeah, we would love to see Leroy Jennings scoring a banger today. He scored 2 goals in season 2019. There's now Lynch and Berry. Lewis. Berry again. And now Lynch working across the face. Blacktown pressing forward here. Campbell. And again, Gibbs wasn't ready. The ball goes past the byline for another goal kick. Relatively quiet game today. Both sides still just trying to fill each other out. Hakoah have lost their last 4 games. 2 wins in season 2019 and 1 draw as well. As now we see Hakoah trying to roll forward here with Ezekiel, and the ball's played out. Good work there by Campbell in defence. Throw to be taken here. Gautier quickly. Ball worked into the 18-yard box, but quickly headed away via Lewis. Oliver Green utilising Walker. And Walker working it into the mixer, but again, shut down. Lynch quickly utilising here support. And eventually Bragg finding here Gibbs, and Joey Gibbs working it to the right. Manny Gonzalez couldn't control it first time, neither second time. The ball goes past the byline for another goal kick. Score remains here 0-0, 22 and a half gone. Has been a relatively quiet game, as I said. You would think this game will spring into life shortly, especially if Manny Gonzalez or Joey Gibbs and even Leroy Jennings get some space. That occasion shut down quickly by Katsionis. Scores in the other games so far today. Manly and Sydney United have kicked off. It's 0-0 after 18 minutes. And Apia Mount George starts at 3:30 today. All games live, of course, via the Football New South Wales and New South Wales, or National Premier League New South Wales Facebook page. As the ball is worked in and headed down via Cox. Quickly goes back to Lynch. Now Leroy Jennings trying to find Gibbs, and Gibbs now has it. Taking the challenge, one there by Oliver Green. Play continues. Now he finds Hakoah left-hand side. Hakoah back in the middle to Cox. Here's a chance, Sayan! And it goes to the left of the byline, and it will be a goal kick. Well, Gottis with a big game between RP and Mount Jewett. Nate Patrick calling the action between Manly and Sydney United. And Tony Tanous having a well-earned break after 2 games this weekend. He's now down the line. Lewis goes. Trying to play it down the line. There was in Katsionis. Did a ricochet off Blacktown. Hakoah will have the goal kick. To mind you, I don't know if Tony Tanous likes a day off. If he can call 3 games in 1 day, he would. The man knows everything about football. There's no question about it. Adam Santarossa also very experienced and a great caller. The whole commentary team in 2019, terrific we've got. Now we see Sayan to the right side. Switching to play there, Oliver Green. And Hakoah trying to cross it in, at the end played out. Askew coming back defensively to play it. It'll be another throw for Hakoah. Ezekiel to take the throw. Gautier had no options. Cox quickly swarming onto the ball here. Cox firing it in the middle and shipping it over the top there at the end was Oliver Green. And at the end, it will be another goal kick. Well, they're trying Hakoah. At the moment, though, it's Blacktown City with possession. 0-0 to score. 26 gone. Berry going forward. Good pass in the middle. Arugio. Gibbs wasn't ready, but Walker stops it. But quickly, Gibbs gets onto it, tries to play it, and eventually cleared away at the ends. And that was a great effort defensively. Ezekiel on that occasion. As now, Hakoah work it back to Walker. Katsionis. Gautier trying to beat Campbell. The challenge. The referee says no. Allows it to continue. There could have been a foul coming, but Stephen Lucas said no. Both players were falling, and you've got to agree with the call with Stephen Lucas, to be honest. In the play flow, which has been good today. As I said, every game covered in 2019. Great commentary team, as I said. Tony Tanous, the encyclopedia of Football New South Wales. With Adam Santarossa, Tony Salerno, Nate Patrick, Will Gonsis, and myself, as now we see the ball in the middle. Gibbs chipping it. Here's an opportunity for Manny Gonzalez! But Norval stops the first time. Still a bit of panic at the back. But Norval got onto it quickly. Coombs was trying to clear it out, but Norval said, I'll get to it. As now we see Cox here utilising Gautier. And it goes back to Cox. Sayan will get to the ball. Left corridor. Quickly going back to Oliver Green. Coombs switching the play to the right. Walker finding Cox. Again Coombs. Hakoah really trying to find something here. In turn, they've lost possession. Arugio finds here Gibbs. And Gibbs has a ping, hits the sidebar. Still an opportunity. Berry swings it in. Walker heads it out. And Hakoah once again have it via Oliver Green. Ezekiel. Hakoah. Cleared away nicely via Lynch. Now Hakoah again on the attack. Tanoski working it back to Cox. At the end, nothing really goes right for Hakoah in that situation. And now we see Gibbs. Good work by Bragg. Now Lynch goes back to Bragg. Now Jennings taken down on a good challenge by Katsionis. Tanoski quickly finds Hakoah. Now Sayan. At the end, taken down on the challenge there was Gautier. Tries to win it back, couldn't. Arugio going forward. But the ball going back to Ryan Norval. And the score remains here, 0-0. And we have had 30 minutes of play here at Lily's Football Centre, Seven Hills. Ryan Norval again. Walker utilises Norval. Walker said at the start of the year, top 5 is a must, and at the moment, I think Hakoah's situation is we're just going to try to get out of last place. It's a big challenge, as we know. It's great work there by Katsionis. Katsionis finds here Green. Katsionis dispossessed, but still goes back to Cox. An opportunity. At the end, that wasn't a great pass by Oliver Green. Blacktown City have it again. Arugio, Gibbs. Now on the left-hand side, it's Leroy Jennings. Is the banger coming here? At the end, it's cleared away via Coombs, but still alive for Gibbs. Gibbs. Oh, good challenge again. And that is a great defensive read by Katsionis. Did his best. And he played it out. As Leroy Jennings again. Great work, Leroy. On the byline. Cleared away. But still it drops back to Berry. And again, good work there by Cox. Sayar can't control it. Here's an attempt. Bounces off the keeper second time. Jennings can't bang it in. And quickly cleared away by Hakoah. Great work there by Stephen Katsionis to make sure he cleared it, but Ryan Norval. Fantastic keeping. Around the grounds, Manly United leading their contest against Sydney United after 25. It's 1-0 there. Now Jewett have just kicked off against Apia Leichhardt. As now the ball in the middle to Gibbs. Gibbs has an attempt but slow, and the worm burner is saved via Norval. It's Norval now, pressured. At the end, the ball goes back to Ryan Norval. A former Sutherland Shark. As Norval picks up the ball. 33 minutes have elapsed. No score. Katsionis. Cox. Sayan. And Oliver Green working it back to Walker. Konoski can't control it. And again it goes back to Lynch. And he finds here Lewis. Over halfway. Arugio, good chesting control. At the end it does ricochet there off Coombs. It'll be a corner here on the near side. Second corner of the game. So you hear the drum there to the left of us. Here at Lily's Football Centre. And a goal is begging. There's no question about it. And it will be here. Askew, who takes the corner. Goes to the far post. Headed up in the sky via Leroy Jennings. Saved by Ryan Norval. The greatest corner in the world there by Askew. As now, Kuno going forward. Gautier loses possession, but it's played out quickly. There's now the throw to be taken. It's another throw for Blacktown City. Ruggiero trying to get to the ball, headed out by Coombs. For the moment, Hakoah holding on. They're keeping the pressure on, no question about it. Don't forget you can get your comments in via Facebook or YouTube. Bill watching the coverage, hoping Blacktown City can do well. He's enjoying the pressure and he's hoping that they can keep it on. There's now Lewis in the middle. Berry again. Lynch. Lewis. Berry. Berry. Hakoah quickly clearing it. Drops down though. Lewis. Konoski won the challenge. And now we see rolling forward Cox. Now Akuno. And Akuno, nice work by him. In the box, but cleared away by Campbell. Well, it was about to clear it, but just stopped it. And he works in the middle, though Cox played it straight back. Winning possession, though, Arugio. Arugio now taken down the challenge via Sayan. And the foul's called on halfway. Nil-nil to score, 36 gone. Ball work to the left-hand side. Lewis finding Jennings. Jennings in the middle. Bragg spinning back to the left. Lewis, Bragg, Berry. And again bounces past here Gibbs. Norval saves and quickly rolls it to the left to Akuno. Switch of play to the right. It doesn't work for Blacktown City. And again, Berry's having a terrific game. Now it goes back in the middle to Bragg. Hakoah trying to win possession. They do via Sayan. Tonoski, Sayan. Kuno. Gautier taken down the challenge. Play continues. And now City rolling forward here. Ball goes to the left-hand side. Here's Leroy. Leroy Jennings. Jennings in the middle. Trying to work it to the right. Shut down via Cox. And again, Kuno has possession. Now to the left wing. Gautier in the middle. Sayan can't control. Berry. Gibbs. Lewis now left-hand side. And the referee here, who's called the handball here, was in the box. And it will be a PK. Well, Katsianis not happy with the call. It's touched his hand. And the PK has been given. Blacktown City will have an opportunity to lead 1-0. Innocuous might be the word, but even still, Stephen Lucas called the handball, was in the box, and PK was the only call. So now, Gibbs lines up against Norval, and it's saved by Norval. And he was so happy, he punched the sky. And another corner number 3 for Blacktown City. And this will be Manny Gonzalez to take it. That was a good save too by Ryan Norval. There's now Manny Gonzalez takes the corner. Outswinger. Headed over the bar though. Trying his luck, but just not to be. And disappointment for Campbell. Approaching the 40th minute. Walker. Oliver Green works it back. Norval. Nice work by Cox. Now to play back into the middle to Cox. And now Tanoski. Akuno. Cartier. Tanoski. Shots. Ricocheted off Blacktown. Saved by Prendergast. Score remains 0-0. And again, Blacktown with Campbell. Working it to the left to Lynch. Lewis. Jennings loses possession. Tanoski. Akuno. And quickly, Askew works it to Manny Gonzalez. A great tackle. At the end, it goes out for a throw in. There's now Akuno. Gautier. Great challenge there, and it was won nicely by Campbell. Now Askew switching the play back to the left. And here goes Lewis. Lewis in the middle. Arugio, Lewis. In fact, it was Leroy Jennings there. At the end, won nicely via Cox. Cox to the right side.
Why is that guy back close?
Tanoski back to Cox. Ricochet off the legs there of Berry. As it has to be cleared, and eventually it is. Goes back to Berry. Gibbs calling for the ball, but it goes to Lewis. And Lewis goes to Jennings, back to Lewis. Bragg. Berry. And now Norval goes out of his box to clear it. Comes down. Sayan taking the challenge. Arugio wins out here. Play continues in the middle. Manny Gonzalez in the box. Needs to work it back. Hakoah trying to clear it. Eventually do. Akuno works it over halfway. And Gautier tries to get to it, can't. Campbell lobs it up, and the foul's been called. Blacktown City will have the ball once more. And the score remains 0-0 after 42 and a half minutes of play.
For work. Bro, at 6:30. Good luck.
Ball in the middle now. Bragg. Nice pass to the right there by Berry. Now it goes back to Bragg. Berry. Now it's Lynch again. City needing something here. Nice work there via Lewis. Lynch. And Blacktown trying to roll forward here. Berry. Bragg. Now Campbell going back to Lynch. Lynch going to Lewis on the left. Back to Lynch. Lewis.
Your mate?
Nice pass back by Jennings to Lewis. And now Berry chipping it to the right. Comes down. Ruggiero. Gibbs. Gibbs. Back to Ruggiero. In the middle. Berry. Norval saves. 30 seconds remaining of the first half. Regulation time, of course. Score remains here 0-0. Fans hoping City do well today. Fence watching in as Norval hoiks it forward, and that's the half. Well, there was no injury time to speak of. This game was really flowing well, to be honest. At half-time, it's 0-0.
Half-time score is Blacktown City FC 0, Hakoah City East FC 0.
And really nothing else to say about this first half. Except Blacktown have had the pressure, and they've had the opportunities, and they haven't been able to convert. They had a PK too, and Gibbs played it straight to Norval, and Norval saved it nicely. And that's all you can say. Half-time, 0-0 the score. And around the grounds quickly. Manly United lead Sydney United 1-0. Close to half-time of that game. And Mount Druitt lead Apia Leichhardt 1-0 after 18 minutes. Hello. Hello, that's interesting. Stats quickly. 7 shots to 5. Shots on target 5 to 2. Corners 3 to 0. Fouls of 2 to 6. No yellow cards, no red cards, no offsides. And I can tell you the corners of 3 to 0. So, half-time, and repeating, Blacktown and Hakoah 0-0. We'll break. We'll come back with more here on NPL New South Wales and Football New South Wales' is live action of the 2019 Men's Division 1 action of the NPL competition. Second half between Blacktown City and Hakoah about the start of the moment's time. 0-0 the score. And what has been an interesting first half for both sides. They've had opportunities here, Blacktown. They haven't been able to strike yet. Oh, Hakoah's defence has held out thanks to Ryan Norval as we're underway for the second 45. And hopefully this can continue to be flowing like the first half. As Hakoah working it to the sky. Gautier finds Hakoah left-hand channel. Gautier back to Hakoah. Now Sayan. Coombs working it forward. Lynch headed to Lewis. Cox trying to get control, can't. At the end, good work by Jennings to beat there Oliver Green, but Sayan quickly there. Work back by Arugio. Lewis finding here Bragg back to Lynch. Now on the right channel we go back to Askew. And now it's Manny Gonzalez back to Askew. Score remains here 0-0. And there's Berry trying to work it to the right, can't. Control nicely at the end by Ezekiel. In the middle. Again, Sayan switching the play to the left. Hakoah, one touch. And Ezekiel, left channel. Needs to cross it in. Does. Head of the way at the end via Lewis. Score remains here 0-0. And Lewis again in the middle. Bragg. Back to Lewis. Lewis now working it down the line. Spinning around there. There's Jennings trying to get a pass back. Touches off the foot of Cox. It'll be a throw. The far touch of Illidan, or should say Lily's Football Centre, not Illidan. Of course, Rockdale at the moment, aren't they going like a house on fire? Great performance by them this season, considering start of the year everything went wrong for them, and all of a sudden they kept on getting wins everywhere, and they have been good in this season 2019 comp. A 1-1 draw though against Sutherland in the local derby, as now we see Rockdale, or I should say Blacktown, speaking about Rockdale, but Blacktown trying to roll down the line. The touch off Cox is now Blacktown City have possession. And now they utilise here Gibbs, trying to get a pass across. Stopped nicely initially. And again it goes back to Gibbs. Arugio. Cox. Now they've got space here in the middle. Green taken down in the challenge. Referee calls the foul. And again, they're going to be in good opportunity here. Hakoah.
It can be done.
To score their first goal.
It was more, it was like 12 points. 10.
Heading the scoreline here, 0-0. 3 gone second half.
We could still lose it.
Have to see the set piece taken.
I just want to be finals. Get my medal.
As now will be in Sayan to take it. And Sayan working this to the 6-yard box, but Prendergast saves it nicely. Quickly rolls it to the right side. Askew. Nice ball. Now Arugio working into the middle. There's Bragg, back. Berry spinning back. Again, Blacktown City reassessing their options. Terrible pass by Gibbs. And now we see Hakoah working it to the right. Can't get the header on there, Sayan. The ball goes down that far touchline for a throw. Score remains here 0-0. Entertaining game of football, no question about it. Both sides setting themselves up. Just can't pull the trigger. Can the trigger be pulled here? Hakoah in the middle. Again, it goes back to him. He goes to Ezekiel. It's in the middle again. Gautier can't control it.
United after Rangers. It was.
And once again, right side they travel here, Blacktown City. Manny Gonzalez loses the control. And at the end it goes back for Oliver Green. Sayan to the left. Ezekiel left-hand channel. Nice work there by Tanoski. At the end, didn't quite work there for Kuno. Goes back to Tanoski. Foul called for Blacktown City.
Sort of turned to shit. Sydney FC's come back again. We only beat them 1-0. It was close that game.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
So now on the left-hand channel, Blacktown City have control.
Marco Chilean stuff for final. Because they're eligible.
All going back to Lynch. Down the line, Arugio no control. Walker quickly, booting it forward for Hakoah, but nobody there.
They play like 5 games or something.
Now we see Blacktown City again, going forward. Berry in the middle, bypasses Gibbs, chance Arugio, spins in the middle. A regulation saved by Ryan Norval.
18 years old, they can still
And
play.
the score remains here 0-0. Ryan Norval's taking the cap off, of course. There's now Kuno working it forward. Prendergast running out, trying to clear it, but quickly Gautier got to it.
I would have gone for that.
Works in the middle, but again, Tanoski not there. And whirls towards the byline for another goal kick for Blacktown City.
You're like my brother.
Nicholas Kutniak with you, describing the action here. NPL New South Wales on Facebook and also on YouTube, Football New South Wales. And we appreciate your viewership in 2019. It's been a great honour this season to cover the games. Half the season's already gone. Can you believe that? Can't wait for the next 11 weeks as well. Heading towards the final series, of course, and this next 11 weeks crucial in the competition, especially for Wollongong. Bouncing back into the winner's circle yesterday. Last week, that shock loss against Rockdale. Jurasevsky with that magical goal. As now goes back to the right side to Askew. Now Arugio, pressured by Ezekiel, able to get the pass to the right. And Bragg switching the play to the left. It's Lewis again. Lewis in the middle. Headed up by Walker. Headed away by Ezekiel. Drops down for Berry. He can't bury this. It goes over the bar. And the score remains here 0-0. After 53 minutes of play here at Lily's Football Centre.
Sorry, thank you.
It's going to be zippy now, eh? It's going to be zippy now, eh?
So, there's the ball. Will be booted forward by Ryan Norval. Second half is kicked off between City United and Manly United.
They're all right.
We can tell you in that game, which you can watch the action with Nate Patrick calling all the action. As the ball drops down, Walker has to go back to Norval. Norval decides to quickly boot this towards the left. It is Manly leading that contest 2-0. As the throw-in's taken, Gibbs, Askew, Lynch again, utilising here Lewis on the left, into the middle. Oh, what a header! Arugio! Beautiful work by him. And Blacktown City once again will play from in front.
Goal for Blacktown City by number 8, Daniel Arugio. The current score is Blacktown City FC 1, Hakoah City East FC 0.
Fantastic. Brilliant goal for Blacktown City. A terrific header. Good cross in. And Arugio in the right position at the right time. And Ryan Norval tries to go to his right, but it goes past him. And what a goal. Well, Blacktown City in the last couple of weeks know how to score a couple of beauties, and on that occasion, we've seen another. Ezekiel down the line. Blacktown City will now have that confidence. You can see it straight away, the way they're rolling forward. Again via Lewis, chipping it forward. Walker now coming back. And Walker, at the end, lets that sit past the byline for a goal kick. And for Hakoah, this has taken the sting out, hasn't it? After 10 minutes of the second half, Hakoah last week had to work back from a 1-0 deficit. Still lost the game 2-1 against Mount Druitt Town Rangers. So a lot of work for them. And this season they have fallen behind the 8 ball quite a bit. It's a sad reflection to their season where they've played good football and haven't utilised their chances. And the reason why they concede goals is just the lack of possession. And I guess also the fact that you're bound to let go a goal if it's 75 to 25 possession-wise, as now we see Askew trying to whip it into the middle, and Ryan Norval saves it. And it's sad too, because at the moment, the way Hakoah are going, relegation looks like that's where they're heading. In the comp for the last couple of years in Men's 1. As now the ball goes back to Coombs. He goes across and finds here Walker. Again down the line, and eventually Gautier has it in the middle. Nice pass there by Cox. Tanoski, back pass. Cox, again, stopped down by Blacktown City. And quickly, they're going to retreat back. Askew. Now, taken down there was in Bragg. Play continues. Campbell. And Lynch utilises Lewis. And now this is work down the left-hand side. Chipped up in the sky via Walker and goes out for another throw-in. Fans, I'd love to get your opinion of this game and also the season for both sides so far. You can contact us via Football New South Wales on YouTube, at NPL NSW on Twitter, and at NPL New South Wales also on Facebook. Blacktown City now rolling forward again. Back pass there by Jennings. Lewis trapped. And the referee calls the foul for Hakoah. In a game that Hakoah needed the win. At the moment they're behind 1-0. As I said, their season well and truly on the line here. They lost 20s, 5-0 and 18s. It was 1-0. So Blacktown City at the moment looking for the 21 points in the club championship. As the foul's given for Blacktown City. It's the reality though where the season lies for Hakoah, while Blacktown City, the positives starting to happen. Gibbs, back pass. All work to the right. No direction really. Berry not happy with it. The score remains here. 1-0 as Hakoah now via Green. Akuno. And now he tries to work it back. Ezekiel. Over halfway, Gautier couldn't control it. Now, Gonzalez dispossessed. Still Berry on the touchline, and the foul. Well, the ball goes out, I should say, so it'll be a throw in. It will be a Hakoah throw via Ezekiel. Oliver Green.
Just say you love when you score bangers.
Now Walker laying it back. Booted forward via Ryan Norval. Tanoski couldn't header it down. The ball drops back. Blacktown City now have it. Arugio working it into the left. And again, I should say, Bragg wasn't able to control it. And again, it goes to the left-hand side. Now Lewis into the middle. And Walker had to clear it out. It'll be a corner on the far touchline here of Lily's Football Centre. Corner number 4. So corner to be taken. It's going to be here. Askew to take the corner. He works it in. Ryan Norval pushes it out. And now it's Bragg who just lobs that way over the bar, and the score remains here 1-0. 61 gone. Here at Lily's. Walker on the right. In the middle. Good work at the end here for Sayan to get to the ball. Sayan, right side. Katsionis trying to roll forward. At the end, played out for a throw for Blacktown City. 1-1 between Apio and Mount Druitt. And that's at half time. And back here it's 1-0 in the favour of Blacktown City. And City United down to Manly 2-0. As again, Hakoah trying to roll forward here. Good work there by Coombs. Hakoah just playing it straight to Lewis, and he uses Lynch. Arugio spinning Bragg. Now Blacktown City in the middle. And City rolling forward via Askew. Askew, nice pass. Spinning around there. Again is Gonzalez. Walker wins out. Walker in the middle. And now left-hand side, Gautier. Gautier in the middle. Hakoah, left-hand side. Ezekiel again. Ezekiel needs to cross it in. And at the end, it goes past Arugio. And it will be a throw for Hakoah. Did touch off Blacktown. Blacktown and Hakoah doing battle here. 1-0 the score, 63 gone. What has been a Blacktown City controlling contest. Hakoah trying to get themselves back into it. And at the moment, they just can't convert the opportunities. Simple reality. Sayan needs to work it back. Could pass on. And here's an opportunity again for Hakoah. The ball in the middle. Oliver Green just could not pull the trigger. But it will be their first corner. Did touch off Blacktown. Gautier with that ball. So substitution about to be made for Blacktown City in a moment. And it will be the first corner for Hakoah in this game. Getting ready there is in De Silva. This corner comes in. Bounces out. Cox now working it low. Cleared away via Gibbs. Now we see Hakoah trying to roll forward here on the right side. Kuno in the middle. Headed down at the end by Gibbs. Chest in control there by Cox. Now it's won nicely via Bragg. He just works it forward here, Gonzalez. He'll get onto the ball here eventually, but he's going to be in a tight angle. He's got to use Bragg here, but decides to go alone. At the end, Ezekiel wins out in the challenge. And he works in the middle to Sayan. Now, Akuno in the middle. Tanoski. Gautier. Gautier deciding to work it back to Sayan. Now Gautier. Gautier. Across the body. Tanoski's. What an effort there in defence. And the keeping was just terrific by Prendergast. In fact, it was Oliver Green. I had the header, not Tanoski. My apologies there. It was Oliver Green. It was tall timber. There'll be another corner for Hakoah. Corner will be taken now. Worked in by Akuno. Goes far at the end. Bounces over the byline. And this time will be a corner on this near side for Hakoah. Corner number 3. Corner worked in, headed down, pushed away by Blacktown City. Arugio, the goal scorer, clears it. Foul called though for Blacktown City. The score remains here 1-0. So off the field here is Bragg, and on the field will be in the silver. Looks to be the substitution. In fact, they've made 2 substitutions here as well. Confirmation to come through. We'll also see Mason Versey on. So they're the 2 players on the field, De Silva and Versey. And as I said, off the field there is Bragg. And the other one there is Manny Gonzalez. So they're the 2 substitutions. Score remains here 1-0.
Blacktown City coming off number 23 Daniel Bragg and number 11 Emmanuel Gonzalez to be replaced by number 15 Mason Versey and number 16 Brett De Silva.
Ball work back towards Prendergast. Prendergast now just hoiks this one over halfway. And now De Silva. Good opportunity here. Berry De Silva. At the end, saved nicely via Ryan Norval. Norval will quickly, well, he was about to roll it, eventually he does. So we approach the 69th minute. Score remains here 1-0. Ricochets off the back there of Campbell. Nice work by Arugio to Lewis, and Arugio taking down the challenge. The flag is up. It'll be a Blacktown City free kick after that challenge. There's no question about that being called. Right decision made. And the score remains here 1-0. Arugio scoring the goal. So now, Hakoah in the middle. And they win the foul here at the end. The challenge on Tanoski. The referee blows his whistle here. He's calling up Tanoski now. Tanoski wasn't happy in the first place, and the referee wants to have a chat, Stephen Lucas. Coombs on the ball. At the end, headed down. And here's an opportunity. Walker, Tanoski, back, chance, Gautier. Goes to the right of the posts. And it's ricocheted of Blacktown, so over corner. Fourth for Hakoah now. So still alive in this contest, no question about it. Corner taken. Walker heads it up. Headed down there by Coombs. At the end, played out by Blacktown City, another throw. And a substitution to be made. Looks like Taka Noji's coming on. And Sayan's off. So Taka on, Sayan off. Taka Noji, what can he do here?
Substitution for Hakoah. Coming off number 7, Addison Sayan, to be replaced by number 60, Takayuki Noji.
Because now we're about to see the throw taken. Towards the 18-yard box, comes down, and Lynch trying to cross it in, couldn't. And then there's calls for handball here, and they point to the spot, PK. Well, Blacktown City cannot believe the call has been made. It has touched off Lynch, and you can't say anything else because they called the one in the first half when Katsionis touched it. So you have to agree with the call. Stephen Lucas called the other one, so he had to call this one. And I know the Blacktown City players weren't happy with the call, but they have to make two, so Cartier to take it. This could be 1-1 in the matter of seconds. Cartier lines up, saved by Prendergast. And no room for mistake there from Prendergast, and great work by him, and they quickly roll forward. That's 2 penalties today that have been saved by the keepers at the same end. There's a bit of argy-bargy starting to escalate here at Lilies. Repeating here, if you just joined us, 1-0. It was Arugio who scored the goal. So Blacktown 1, Hakoah 0, 73 gone. Another free kick to be taken for Akuno. What about this? Hakoah have tried everything. At the moment, just nothing going their way. The ball worked into the 18-yard box, headed over the top via Cox.
The second penalty he saved, saved one last week, didn't he? No, it wasn't against Marconi, the week before.
Blacktown City, last week winning against Marconi. Looking to get another win on the board. Just realign their season. All worked over halfway. Headed down via Green. At the end it goes up in the air. Another header via Coombs. Now we see Taka trying to get to the ball. At the end, Lewis wins out. Down this left-hand side. Jennings. So lets it go past the byline. As we've got a Hakoah player on the ground. Doesn't look good, Tanoski.
Yeah, we had 22.
He's on the ground.
No, we had 22. That's out.
It's a goal difference.
We've scored 29, we've conceded 7.
22.
Yeah, that was, of course,
We scored 22.
I said my goal difference.
away from where we were watching.
The smart from the team, the eldest.
Tanoski stayed on the ground for a while, but he's back up now. And he's about to be subbed here by the looks of it. And coming onto the field will be in Stephen Chester. So it'll be Chester on. And Tanoski off by the looks of it. We'll just get the confirmation now. And there it is. So Chester makes his way back on to the pitch. Very good player, Stephen Chester.
Substitution for Hakoah, coming off number 16, Ristin Tanoski, to be replaced by number 12, Stephen Chester.
So, free kick to be taken by Norval. He rolls this over halfway. Now, Cox can't get to it. Gibbs, nice ball, opportunity now. Leroy Jennings, left foot, hits the bar, second time wide! Oh no! De Silva on that occasion, pushing that wide. But Leroy, he wanted it, just not to be. Well, it's an amazing game here, and Blacktown City looking for the second. And like last week, it just seems like they can't get the second goal. Lewis won nicely via Green. Taka now has it on the right. Taka in the middle. Chester. Cox. And now won by Blacktown. Spinning around here. And eventually trying to hold possession but couldn't. Now it goes back to the left. And here's Chester swinging across. Couldn't. Second time effort. And saved by Prendergast. Just not to be for Gautier. We go back to that moment before with Versey. Good effort by him initially. Versey, who's come onto the field in the last couple of minutes. Score remains here. If you just joined us, 1-0. 78 gone. Ruggiero, the goal scorer. There's a foul. Looks to be given here. This will be inches from the far side. And quickly Hakoah making his way across to take this. Hakoah takes it. Goes to the 6-yard box, pushed away by Prendergast. Taka. Now Chester worked it straight to a Blacktown City player. But now we see here taken down the challenger Ruggiero, and the foul's been called. So Ruggiero taking down the challenge. Now Askew decides to work it across to Campbell. Lynch. Prendergast.
I don't know why I didn't tell you to get lost.
Prendergast. Looking this over halfway.
Terrible cow.
And now Jennings. Leroy. Leroy. Touches off there to the fence of Katsionis. As Walker clears that. Taka gets to the ball. It's in the middle once more. Hakoah. Hakoah working it to the left. Ezekiel has a shot. There goes Wayward. The score remains here 1-0. Blacktown City lead Hakoah. Approaching the 80th minute. Blacktown fans cheering them on here. Wanting City to get back-to-back home wins.
Bro, at the start, like, now 3 games.
Ruggiero scoring a goal here. So we're about to see
All I could think about
Prendergast work this over halfway. Hit it down. Hakoah spinning into action here. Now goes back. Coombs. Taka. And now the ball goes back in turn to Walker. Hit it down. Again, Hakoah trying to swing across to the right. Eventually, making a play to the left by Chester. And it's 1 and turn by Blacktown City. Pass at the end by Askew just doesn't work. Now, Chester. Hakoah. Good work by Ezekiel. Coombs to Walker. Walker. To the left, Chester down. City on the right. And now, trying to roll forward here is Inversi. Good touch by De Silva. Versi. Now the ball goes back to De Silva. Now he works it on. Leroy Jennings looking for a goal. Can he score one here? Lays it back. Berry. Realises here. Askew. And now Versi. And at the end, it's worked past the byline, and it'll be another goal kick for Hakoah. Score remains here 1-0. 82 gone. Blacktown City leading this contest. What has been a game that they've controlled for most of it. No two ways about it. Hope you've enjoyed the action here via Football New South Wales on YouTube and at New South Wales or NPL New South Wales on Facebook. As there's the foul called for Hakoah. Now it's worked on here to the left. Headed down. Cartier trying to get to it, can't. Ball working back to this near sideline, and it will go out for a throw. Another substitution looks like to be made here.
Doing bloody toe taps.
And the man that they're looking to bring on here, Blacktown City, will get to that in a moment. As Kuno is possessed. Now Versi. Work at the end by Arugio. Ball work back down the line by De Silva. Versi now trying to play it down the line, but eventually was played out. Be a throw in the east side. So we're going to see who they're going to bring on here. Blacktown City. Patatolo, it looks like it's going to be. As now, left hand side, it's Lewis to work it down the line. Jennings. And now, good work there by Ruggiero. Jennings trying to get back to it. Jennings can't. A nice play back. As the foul is called.
Surely after you do an area, they'll do a rainbow thing next week.
Stephen Lucas calling the foul there. I think all the fans were a little bit lost about that, to be truthful. As Lynch works into the middle. Nice work by Gibbs. Jennings can't get to it again, and it's cleared out. Substitution to be made here. And on the field now will be
substitution for Blacktown City. Coming off, number 22, Leroy Jennings, to be replaced by number 18, Josh Bartolotto.
Bartolotto to come on. Jennings off. Jennings a good shift. Actually, it's not Jennings off the field. It's Ruggio. So Ruggio's been the substitution. Jennings is still on. That's interesting. We'll see call, of course, via the ground announcer. I can tell you for sure that it was a Ruggio that walked off. And Jennings there, just inside the 18-yard box. Cross in from the corner. At the end, it bounces down and it's picked up nicely via Ryan Norval.
I don't get how we can like talk.
4 minutes regulation time remaining. Walker over halfway. Bounces down. Versey utilising here the Silva. Versey. And now the ball played back away to the Silva. Versey again. And here's another opportunity for Blacktown City. Rolling forward here. The Silva played it straight to Walker. Bartolotto getting a touch before. Bartolotto, of course, looking forward to seeing what he can do in the next couple of minutes here for Blacktown City. Score repeating 1-0. Ruggio, who's off the field now, scored the goal. City fans happy with the performance so far, but are looking for another goal. As now the foul's been called. Score remains here at 1-0 in the favour of Blacktown City. Around the grounds, Manly 3, Sydney United 0, Napier 1, Mount Georgetown 1. Other games going on today in the NPL New South Wales competition. Men's 1, as it will be in Prendergast, who works it forward. And again, Walker, right-hand side, trying to work it down the line. Nice work by Green. Ricochets off Blacktown. At the end, it goes back via Lynch. And now, they're trying to swing back to the right, but the foul's been given. Keeps giving away the foul. And again, Hakoah will try to throw everything. Try to get the equaliser here. Work forward, Norval. It's in the box. Chance, header! The ends. Coombs couldn't direct it in the right place. And the score remains here. 1-0 in the favour of Blacktown City. So now it's down to the right side. No control for Hakoah. If you just joined us, the score remains here 1-0 after Ruggio scoring a goal. Because now, what can they do here? It's Versey taking down the challenge. Hakoah faintly in this contest. But you can see that the clinching goal is bound to happen for Blacktown City. Throw taken. Versey working it back. Gibbs in the middle. Chance. Wayward by De Silva. Catching injury time here. Where it is 1-0. Still in the favour of Blacktown City. All work to halfway. As now, Blacktown clear this. The referee here called the foul already. So 3 minutes of injury time will be the call here.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
So 3 minutes of added time called. Ball worked over halfway by Prendergast. Hit it up in the sky there by Coombs. Blacktown City trying to shut this game down. Lynch clears this. It goes out. Blacktown City have done remarkably well here in this contest. Hakoah have tried to come back in, but just haven't been able to. As the ball goes back to Ryan Norval. Ryan Norval, what can he offer here? Works it over halfway. Headed down. City just can't control. Eventually going back to this left-hand side of Hakoah. He works it in. Taka onside. Tries to go back to Green, but at the end doesn't work. Cox going for the ball, but Versi gets there first. Katsionis trying to win the challenge. Katsionis doing his best. At the end, they've gone into a tangle. It enables here Leroy Jennings to go down the left-hand side. Jennings trying to pepper it forward. Quickly pushed away by Ryan Norval. So now, the ball goes back to Ryan Norval, but it was, of course, a offside call. The flag went up quickly on this left-hand side. As now the ball worked over halfway, Ryan Norval. Ball goes back, Hakoah. Hakoah trying to get the equaliser, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ball goes out. Good work by Dakota Askew. Blacktown City. Back-to-back wins beckon here. There's now the attempt. At the end, nicely done by Prendergast. Be another opportunity for Hakoah. Corner on this near side. Fired in by Hakoah. 6-yard box, pushed away by Prendergast. Still alive here for Hakoah. Work deep there via Katsionis, but chested down by Prendergast. Game looking to be over here. Prendergast picks up the ball. And that's it. Blacktown City have defeated Hakoah Sydney City East 1-0, and that's back-to-back wins.
Full-time score is Blacktown City FC 1.
And at the halfway stage of the season, Blacktown will be happy that they've been able to get themselves in a good spot. And for them, this is their 5th win for the season. And remember, they've got that draw too, so 5 losses for them in season 2019, while Hakoah now, that's their 8th loss. At the moment, it looks like relegation could be where they end up, especially after the fact that the 18s lost 1-0 and the 20s lost 5-0. So Ruggiero was the difference for Blacktown City. On behalf of myself and the team at Football New South Wales, it is a very good evening from Lilies. And if you want to watch the remainder of the game between Mount Jordan and Apia, you can with Will Gottis behind the mic.